Once there was a big monastery in one part of China where about 500 monks lived. They were all practicing path of self-realization under their master. One day a man went to monastery to become disciple. He said to Zen master, "Sir, I want to know myself. I want to know the truth." The Zen master looked at him and said, "If you want to know the truth, then you will have to put your whole life at stake. It may take your whole life to know the truth, and still there is no guarantee that in this lifetime you will get to know the truth. Are you ready for that?" The disciple said, "Sir, I have come here not to turn back. I am ready for it." The master said, "If that is so, then do one thing. There are 500 monks in this monastery. You take care of their rice pounding. Just keep beating rice from morning till evening. When you get tired, go to sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, then again start pounding. Rise, don't do anything else. Don't think about anything else. Just follow this path also. Don't come to me again. I will come to you myself when needed." The young man started pounding, rise as per the instructions of his master. There were 500 disciples in that monastery. All of them needed food at times. Therefore, he would get up early in the morning and start pounding rise till night. When he was tired, he would fall asleep in the same room where he was pounding rise. He would neither talk to anyone, nor anyone would come to him to talk for a few months. While pounding the rise, all thoughts kept coming to his mind. But when the thoughts do not get new subject, they also fade away on their own. Slowly and slowly, his thoughts started to subside. After a few years, he even forgot his name. He would always keep mum and keep pounding, rise in thoughtless state. He would neither meditate nor read any scripture. After 12 years of doing this, the monastery's chief disciples thought he was complete and far less capable than them. One day the Zen master declared that his time was running out and that he had to select the person who would lead the monastery after him. As a result, any of my disciples who had reached self-realization should come and write a few lines near my door at night, a few lines that encompass all of his experience. Many disciples thought of doing so. One of the chief disciples of the monastery went there and brought few lines. He was very knowledgeable of Buddhist scripture. All the disciples considered him to be the possible successor of their master. He wrote that mind is like a mirror on which dust of thoughts and desires accumulates. To sweep away this dust is meditation, whose dust has been cleared, and the mirror of the mind has become clear. He has attained salvation when the master woke up in the morning and saw these lines. He got very angry and said, "Which idiot has written all this garbage on my wall?" The chief disciple kept silent. However, the lines he wrote were full of wisdom, but it was all bookish knowledge. The chief disciple was very clever. He wrote the lines but did not sign below because he himself was not sure about it. Whether it is right or not, since he was not self-realized, the master completely rejected those lines. Everyone was surprised to see. This incident became a topic of discussion in the entire monastery. Two disciples, while talking on this topic, passed by the disciple who had come here 12 years ago and used to pound rise day and night. He laughed gently after listening to the discussion of both of them. Both the disciples asked him, "Why are you laughing?" They asked him because that responder was a very insignificant monk in their opinion. No one had ever seen him reading scripture or meditating. They were startled to see him smile and questioned him again, "Why did you laugh?" since they thought he was full and kept hammering rise. There were also excellent scholars in that monastery, and that rise pounder meant nothing to them. The rose pounder remarked, "I laughed because Master is correct. All of these lines are worthless garbage." Those disciples were shocked. They asked him, "Can you write some lines which are better than this?" The rise pounder said, "Well, I can't write because I am illiterate, but yes, I can say few lines, and if you can write those lines, then I am ready to go with you." They agreed, so they went near the master's room. The rice pounder said few lines, and the other disciple wrought it on the wall and wrought rice pounder below those lines. They were expecting same reaction from their master. Again, the lines which he told to wrote were amazing, and those lines were mind is just an illusion. There is neither mind, nor there is any mirror of mind. And when the mind does not exist, where will the dust settle? He who knows this has known the truth. When the master saw these lines, he got up in the middle of the night and came to the young responder while he was asleep. He woke him up and said, "Take this. Take my stick and take my robe from today onwards. You are my successor, but leave this monastery right now and go. Some far away from here. I know that there are so many scholars in this monastery who considers themselves to be superior than you. They will kill you because they cannot tolerate the fact that a simple responder has become enlightened, whereas they could not be. You have got all that I have, and you have got it while pounding rise. And I know that wherever you will go, people will start coming to you, because when a flower blooms, its fragrance starts spreading everywhere." That responder touched the feet of his master and left from there in the night. As we observe in our daily lives, we see that many people believe that meditation is limited to sitting still and closing their eyes. But in fact, it is possible to practice meditation while walking or even while working. The true meaning of meditation is that you become so absorbed in whatever you are doing that you are not even aware of your body. This is similar to the rice pounder who became so consumed with pounding rice that he lost all sense of himself, and one day, while he was pounding rice, he achieved self-realization. Similarly, Zen means to be in the present moment at all times and not to think about anything, because the mind exists as long as there are thoughts. When there are no thoughts, the mind will likewise vanish, and when the mind is gone, only your pure self will remain. In fact, we don't need to engage in any other spiritual practice to discover our true selves. All we need to do is become so absorbed in our work that it becomes meditation. You